You're watching a Highwire Media podcast.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show. I'm Larry Lease, as always, and today I'm going to be giving you a throwback review. Hell yeah, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the incredible and beloved film, The Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption is directed by Frank Darabont, stars Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, and tells the story of Andy Dufresne, who is accused of murdering his wife and her secret lover. Andy is sent to Shawshank Prison, where he meets Red, played by Morgan Freeman, who is also serving a life sentence. The two become close friends, and during their time at Shawshank, they uncover the deep corruption within the prison. The film essentially chronicles what happens to people in prison, how they become institutionalized, how difficult life is for them when they re-enter the real world, and so much more. After watching this film for the first time, I have to say, it easily made my top 10 films of all time. This movie is incredible. It's a masterpiece, as I'm sure many of you already know. But as someone who just experienced it for the first time, I was absolutely blown away. So let's dive into this thing and talk about it. Starting out with the acting, both Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman deliver tour de force performances. They are simply stunning in these roles. Both performances deserved Academy Award nominations, and honestly, they should have won their respective categories. Tim Robbins gives the performance of his career in this film. To this day, he hasn't been able to top what he achieved in The Shawshank Redemption. Part of that has to do with the fact that he hasn't been in a lot of notable projects since, which is kind of a shame because I love seeing Tim Robbins whenever he shows up. The way he portrays Andy is so inspiring. Andy's character is filled with optimism throughout the entire film, and as certain key events unfold, you see how those events take a toll on him. However, they also ignite a spark inside him, a burning desire to escape and not become institutionalized like so many other inmates. Andy Dufresne is brilliant, witty, and intelligent. By the time you reach that iconic scene where he crawls through the sewer and raises his arms to the sky, with the lightning flashing around him, you get massive chills. It's such a triumphant moment for his character. He finally breaks free and gets to live the life he's been longing for. Morgan Freeman as Red is equally fantastic. The film progresses. We see repeated scenes of Red interacting with the parole board. Each time he gives the same answer, almost as if he doesn't truly want to leave prison. He's on the verge of becoming institutionalized himself. There's a particularly great scene where Andy and Red are having a conversation, and it's during this moment that Red realizes Andy is planning to escape. Andy tells Red that he needs to come with him to leave Shawshank and come to Mexico so they can live their lives. This is the moment where Red starts to realize that if he's ever going to leave prison and thrive in the outside world, he needs something to live for, something to keep him going. When Andy offers him this opportunity, and once Andy successfully escapes, Red knows what he has to do. The dynamic between Andy and Red is fascinating. When the film comes to its conclusions, it's satisfying on both ends. Andy, who is wrongfully accused, finally gets to live the life he deserves, and Red gets to find a life beyond the prison walls. Their unbreakable friendship is inspiring and central to the story's emotional core. Now let's talk about the direction by Frank Darabont. I think this is easily his best film to date. While The Green Mile is also fantastic, there's something about The Shawshank Redemption that sticks with you. Darabont's collaboration with the great Roger Deakins on the cinematography is breathtaking. The environment they create, paired with a script that perfectly complements the visuals, is all top-notch. This is an incredible story about the power of the human spirit, and how hope and optimism can keep a person driven, even in the darkest of times. Darabont's direction pulls you in and keeps you invested for the entirety of its 2-hour and 20-minute runtime. You become glued to the screen, completely attached to the characters and the world. By the time the film ends, it feels almost bittersweet. You don't want it to end because you love spending time with these characters. Darabont works his magic here, creating a timeless cinematic experience. Another positive I have with this film is the way that the big reveal is handled. It's executed incredibly well. While the hints leading up to it might make you start piecing it together, the final reveal itself is still powerful and mind-blowing. You realize just how brilliant Andy Dufresne is, how he planned his escape from the very beginning. Every little thing he did during his time in Shawshank contributed to his eventual escape. When we reach that iconic scene of Andy crawling through the tunnel and emerging into freedom, it's an unforgettable moment. It's one of the most moving scenes I've ever witnessed in a movie. And lastly, I have to mention the hauntingly beautiful score by Thomas Newman. Newman's music is as much of a driving force in this film as the characters themselves. His themes and motifs perfectly complement the story, heightening the emotional impact of each scene. The score shines brightly during the escape scene. The way Newman's music builds and carries the moment is extraordinary, arguably one of the best uses of film score ever. This is a film where Newman's truly found his unique voice as a composer. His score for The Shawshank Redemption is revolutionary and remains one of the most iconic in cinema history. At this point, I'd usually dive into any negatives, but honestly, who am I kidding? This film is damn near perfect, if not completely perfect. It's an incredible cinematic achievement, featuring phenomenal performances by Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. Frank Darabont delivers the best film of his career. Thomas Newman provides a hauntingly beautiful score, and by the end, you're left with something so powerful and inspiring that it's hard not to feel fulfilled. That's why The Shawshank Redemption is 100% perfect cinema in my book. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed my classic rewind review of The Shawshank Redemption. I know it's crazy that I hadn't seen this film until today. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about The Shawshank Redemption in the comment section below. And while you're down there, be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more movie reviews and movie and TV related content. Lastly, if you like me specifically, enjoy what I have to say, you can find me on Twitter in the links in the description. Alright, that'll do it for this review, guys. Until next time, take care and Happy New Year.